Hey, everybody. Welcome to a very special AMA day. I am Taco, Gala Music Community Manager. I'm supposed to be joined by two artists. Right now, we've got Clash with us. Rhythm he's pulling a power move, I think, right now. And he jumped out. He decided he didn't want to do this. He had some technical difficulties, and so hopefully he'll get logged back in. Luckily, Paul, our tech guy, is a superhero, and he'll sort it out as soon as Rhythm pops back in. So I guess while he's not here, Clash, what is your least favorite thing about Rhythm? What bugs you about that guy?
He got some killer style. If we walk into a room together, I mean, he's pulling the room. So that kind of digs on me. I'm a Leo, so.
No, he's not here. We're supposed to be talking trash about him, not good stuff. We know he's got style. You're too much a guy. This feels like a weird AMA. Oh, is he popping in? Are we doing it? We did it.
We're doing it.
Nice. All right. Rhythm is also now joining us for our AMA. Both of these guys. I was just saying this is a weird AMA because you guys have both been so active in Discord and Twitter. It feels like we've already done this, and you guys are already you've sold stuff. You're a part of the team. Your first drop isn't till tomorrow, so we're finally doing this. I know you've both been anxious to get rolling, so this is great. Couple of things before we get started. I have a weird confession. I'm a pretty good speller in general. I've never been able to spell the word rhythm to save my life. Growing up, it's just one of those words that so this whole week I've been writing out your name on Discord and internal stuff, and every time I have to stop and check to make sure it's right, because I want there to be more Y's somehow, and there's all these H's that don't belong. So nice job having a nightmare name for me. Clash is so easy.
It's not just you. It's definitely something that happens a lot. I try and make sure to let people know how to spell it when I'm giving them my social media.
Taco's easy. Taco's just taco.
It is pretty easy.
So we're going to talk about music, obviously, but first I have a pitch for you guys because Gala loves interoperability, and I don't know if it was planned for you guys to be on this same AMA, but Rhythm and Clash sounds like it should be a TV show where you guys drive around America in a van, helping to solve musical mysteries.
Yeah. I can't say that we haven't had that idea before because we
exactly
have.
So that's not just me.
We've had a few ideas for TV shows already, to be honest. They go together. We started as a group.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Our musical journeys ended up with when we first met each other, just being yeah, let's do the group thing.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I like that. So there could be some collaborations in the future with you guys to drop a track together through Gala.
Definitely.
Yeah, we got some of the coldest tracks.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff in the vault together, that's for sure.
I love that. I love the idea of collaborations with people, because now that we're bringing on a lot of really talented artists, you start to, in your mind, start thinking about that person's voice would go great with this person's beats, or these two, their styles will just mesh really well. And especially with so many artists who seem to be multi-genre now, that stuff just seems super fun to me.
It's the future.
So you guys where did you start with music in each of your own lives? How did this get going for you?
Rhythm?
I'll go. Yeah, sure, I'll go. Honestly, I've been playing music for about as long as I can remember. I'm about 20 years into really making music. I remember being 5 years old and realizing that if you pull a string, an elastic string depending on how tight it is, it'll give you a different note when you pluck it. And then I picked up the violin when I was maybe 10, which turned to drums, which turned to guitar. I'm in a punk band. I've been the drummer in an R&B band before. So just kind of all over the place. I've just been making music for about as long as I can remember.
Did you say violin you got started on?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Clash, how many different instruments do you play?
I play a lot of instruments. I'm the best at the clarinet. I haven't met anyone better than me at the clarinet, to be honest. But I play the clarinet, trumpet, and shit guitar. But the last one, it's important because it helps me spawn a lot of creations.
Okay, I wasn't expecting any of this. We don't talk about this before the AMA, so I don't really know what's going to happen. This is amazing that you guys could drop a track together playing the clarinet and the violin and some drums and stuff. That's great. I don't play anything. I'm useless musically. And so
you just got to learn how to produce.
Oh, that's the move, right? or
it's easier than you think.
I keep telling myself I could learn to learn finger drumming or something like it. I feel like that would be maybe the easiest intro into playing an instrument. I know that the people who are like high level at that are actually just like super, super talented, but that feels like, maybe that could be a finger drummer.
We have a friend, Aliana, who's one of the best in the world at finger drumming, literally.
She's coming up soon, right? That's the other one. So you guys are all a part of there's 50 of you guys who all live together in a loft in LA. Is the way I'm imagining this, how you're all just like best friends. Is that right?
It's something like that. Just something like that. We all meet every week to rendezvous and run each other through stuff. We're more just like a collective, but we're all super familiar with each other because we've been doing it for different amounts of time, but a lot of us have been doing it for like 5+ years.
Yeah, that's amazing.
We're like freelance superheroes, brought together by Aim for the Heart. So we get to teach emotional literacy, which is amazing, and also teach the future, like kids and everyone from a kid to like a grown man that's a professor at the school could learn from us. So we really have honed our power of using our voice for the right thing.
Yeah, I didn't know about Aim for the Heart, but when you start looking into it, like how do you not support a program like that? It's outstanding. And so kudos to anyone who's involved in that, because that's just great.
Yeah, shout out Louis King. He dropped last week?
Mm-hmm.
Sold out. Another
last week.
So did Jack.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Louis is actually in the board right now and asked, what aspects of your own artistry are you most excited to bring to the metaverse?
Comedy, to be honest. I love my music and stuff, but I feel like one of the unique things I have to bring to the table is just a sense of humor. So I love acting a fool once you give me a chance to.
I'm honestly excited to just bring my vibe and like exposure to more people like me that are multifaceted and really just have nothing but love and change to bring to the world.
You definitely have strong vibes, which I noticed in LA, and I think people are picking up on, which is great. I think people respond to that. I respond to that when you guys were in LA. It's like, oh, these guys seem cool. I'd want to hang out with them. Almost too cool. It's almost like, I gotta know. Like, I want to hang out with them. Would they want to hang out with me? Kind of a vibe.
Yeah. Oh, that's not us. Because definitely, if you're too cool, then you're not cool at all. 100%.
That's awesome. Yeah, Maserati E says, laughter is another medicine for the soul. It's true.
It's true. Can you guys still see me? It's saying I'm having network trouble.
No, I can see you. I think you're still good.
Okay, cool.
Don't drop out
Yeah,
again.
I think something that me and Clash have in common is that we make music that not only is it, I mean, everybody likes to think of themselves as timeless, but I think me and Clash are both pretty tuned into what kids are listening to and stuff. So there's a lot of stuff like Rio to Young OG, stuff like that. People who love stuff like that will love my track. And then I don't even know what Clash's first drop is, but I know he's also tapped into a lot of stuff that's relevant now.
100%. We are definitely becoming the voice of the next generation, and also like heavily inspired by the next generation as well as past generations, but just being malleable, you know, in a game of strong steel. We're just very malleable and able to adapt to our environments and current sounds and putting a little zang on that.
I like that. Oh, he did drop out again. Come on, Rhythm, get it together. So, Clash, you play a bunch of stuff. What are your influences? I listened to your first track. There's a lot in there. Where does it come from? What were you listening to get to where you are now as an artist?
Well, on the come up, and when I first started performing for others, my mom and my stepfather would have me perform for the family functions and stuff. So I would rap, or I would sing, or, you know, if I was dancing at the time, or whether I was, you know, doing football or whatever. But as far as the singing, the first person that actually made me want to like remember a song was Lil Wayne. But before then, and that's only because I couldn't listen to rap music my whole life. So once I unlocked, like, I could earn that right to listen to rap music, I was like, oh my God, rap music, rock music is next level. But before then, it was just jazz and neo soul. My mom did very well of keeping me around like timeless music. So a lot of Erykah Badu, a lot of Raheem Devon, a lot of Kim, who is also my birthday twin, July 23rd. And so like a lot of serenading music and music that makes you think, for sure.
I like that. Rhythm, what are some of your influences in your music?
It's funny because I was about to say Lil Wayne as well, because I'm just real big on similes and metaphors that I want every bar to be the oh bar is what I'm going for. So like growing up, I was like, honestly, I listened to a lot of Wayne. I listened to a lot of stuff all over the place. So like I started with metal once I like really started finding my own tastes. But outside of that, as far as where I pull references for like what they'll hear for this first drop, honestly, Lil Wayne, Soulja Boy, even like early Soulja Boy, like pre-Crank That Soulja Boy, just those comedy songs that can also be party songs. I love making stuff like that at this point in my life because, yeah, it just is those kinds of tracks that make people rewind or like, it's like, oh, I get that reference. I love that feeling of when someone's like, oh, I get that reference. I remember that video game or I remember that moment in pop culture. Like, I love making bars about those kinds of things.
You were definitely getting those moments in LA when you were performing and you were hitting those bars and people were reacting and you look around the crowd and everyone's like, yep, this guy.
That's the one I'm dropping first. So I'm excited to have the people able to be there.
I'm lucky enough that I have access to these songs before they actually drop, so I can listen to them and get a feel for them and like what the vibes are. You guys are dropping really different tunes this week, but it's exciting. Like I don't know what to expect sometimes from what people are going to drop, and it's pretty cool. So what are the things that you guys are excited about for Web3 and for Gala?
I'm really excited just to work with other people who are excited to be in the future. A lot of artists and a lot of people in the current space of like the industry or whatever you want to call it, they're only thinking about now. They're trying to make a bang for the buck now. Everyone's trying to do something right now and they feel like tomorrow's not going to come or whatever. And I feel like with Web3, with crypto, with Gala, to be specific, the team is excited for the future. We're excited for the drops coming. Everyone's excited for the different things that we're doing, because it isn't just centered on just one thing. Like, yeah, we are a part of music, but I'm excited to work with the TV team. I'm excited to work with those who want to do voice acting and those who want to like release different types of clothing and like different mediums in the future. I'm excited for that, to be a part of that, honestly.
I would say I'm excited not only for the intersection of gaming, music, and film, which I know is coming up, but I'm excited because the way that this Web3 space is going to work, and Gala specifically, is giving enough back to the artists so that they can continue to give quality product, which is a problem that we face very often. You know, you're dumping most of your capital into getting this content done, and you end up having to wait longer to get the resources you need to produce things at the quality you need them. So with Gala doing what it's doing to get artists properly paid, it'll give us the resources to give the fans better content. And that's what I'm excited about.
I like that.
Yeah, that's a great call. I like that Gala is empowering artists and creating a system that allows artists to earn fairly from their work, which doesn't always happen right now in the traditional music model. It's a little different right now in Web3. Little Pots Pack, Scott wants to know from YouTube. So we're dropping NFTs now. How do you explain what we're doing to your friends who don't know crypto? How do you explain what NFTs are and what all of this is?
Well, to be honest, I try and tell them that what an NFT is will vary from case to case. That a lot of what an NFT is for the creator to decide themselves. Because I feel like most people have a basic understanding of what it is. So past that, I just let them know, you know, I'm not trapped in the crappy deals that I would usually be trapped in if I were going with a big record label as a small indie artist. And that it gives the artist power not only to control what they can reap as a benefit, but it gives the artist the power to control what that content is. Because you can simultaneously drop a song with like at some point I want to do like a Michael Jackson's Moonwalker and do like a whole short film to like a whole album, you know? And that could be part of the NFT. So it's very much a create your own when it comes to what the content itself is.
Yeah, I like that. Because it's true, like NFT utility it's endless what you want to do with it and what you want to provide for people who are buying your NFT and supporting you. At a very base level right now, we're gating some content, like you can make a video and only your NFT buyers can watch it. But like we were talking earlier about us doing like video game playing with people who are buying your NFT, and we can gate that. So you have like a video game night where, you know, we're all playing Mario Kart or whatever, live stream together as, you know, your supporters who are, you know, we love your music, but also I want to game out with you guys. Yeah, and there's so much stuff that you can do. I love that you're going to do a Moonwalker. That's great. I love hearing about what people have planned for this ecosystem and Gala and their NFTs and how they're going to engage with supporters. Because for me, that's really exciting, like finding emerging artists who I like their music, I like their vibe, I want to support them, and then being involved in their growth and in their projects and seeing like, oh, that's crazy. You know, like Clash is going to do a whole album just him playing the clarinet. Like, that's dope. Let's go. What are some other ideas that you guys have for the future? Where do you want the music to go?
I I think to second what Rhythm was like just explaining about freedom and the NFT space, I think both of us can attest and say that like we have some projects that I can't release on traditional platforms because of guidelines and because of other things that like my fans enjoy. The people that enjoy who I am and my brand and everything that I do, they don't like the watered down version that I have to put on TikTok or like a YouTube at times when they can like say with the rise of like sites like OnlyFans, people have been able to release content that their fans and their people have needed this whole time, the behind the scenes, the everything involved. So I'm really excited to include people in that because we do spend a lot of money, time, blood, sweat, and tears in the background. Everyone only hears the track and sees the video, but all the moments we went to the studio, all the moments us learning how to engineer and things like that is important and potent, and it isn't just important when we're dead and gone. It's important when we're here as well.
Yeah, I like the comment about releasing personal projects. One of the issues with a lot of traditional labels is you're really sort of corralled into, you have to release an album with X number of songs on it. They have to be a certain length. It has to be a certain genre. We're not doing that. If that's not who Clash is, we want the authentic, real, hey, this is an 8-minute, jazz ballad. And like, who knows what it could be that you maybe couldn't release through traditional channels. That's what I want. I want the authentic artist experience. It's not for everybody, but I think with what we're doing, you don't need to have 1 million fans to be successful and support yourself as an artist. You can have 500 or 1,000 people who get it and really want to back you and be involved in your process. And I think that's really special.
Yeah, it's definitely way better for the artist. Similarly, I feel like I've kind of always wanted to be my own entertainment hub, and having to go through channels like streaming platforms or YouTube or Instagram or TikTok or whatever it is, it just splits people's attention to so many different places that it makes it difficult. But in the Web3 space, you can just have people come to one spot to get everything, whether that's I've wanted to host a variety show for God knows how long. And it's in the future. It'll happen.
Maybe with Gala. Who knows?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm loving it. I'm loving all these ideas. I wasn't expecting it, but
if y'all gave me a Rhythm the board, like if y'all just sat down and Bucks, if you're watching, we'll come to London. Y'all
we
just
will
sit down, long table, big round table. Give me a Rhythm 30 minutes each and a big old whiteboard. We got some ideas.
We really do. And we've been talking about it for a long time, to be honest. Like, none of these ideas are new for us. We've really been planning
well thought out
this for a long time.
I promise whoever's watching this on the stream, I didn't know about any of this. This isn't like some behind the scenes setup. Like, hey, tell us about your TV show idea when we get on there. This is great, though. I'd watch it. I don't know if you can top the one where you drive around the van solving musical mysteries. But
it might just be the intro to the show.
Yeah, maybe. We got options, right?
We got options.
It's fun. I think whatever happens, you guys are going to be fun, which is great. Let me see if I have any more questions.
We got
some questions in YouTube if you got them. Your whole crew is in YouTube right now watching. Everyone's in the loft together. They've all got their own laptops in a big circle. And I guess
in this elusive loft that we have, this crazy LA loft.
We need like a mic sessions sign to throw up. We'll talk about it later. We need like we got to throw up the squad.
The whole squad to be here pretty soon. So there's already a bunch of you who performed in LA. How many people are in like the full-on squad? How many people live at the loft with you guys?
Well, it really depends on, because like there's different levels to the group. So there are people who come every once in a while, and then you got your core group of us, which is maybe about 10 to 15.
Yeah, like
But if you're counting just like how many artists we have on call for mic sessions, it's in the triple digits. It's in the triple.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
it's been
So-
spanning since the late 90s, and every week, I mean, from like a lot of those from AIM have made it or are successful in their own right.
Nice. Hope I see YouTube. Hope's my girl.
Hope is amazing.
Yeah.
You don't need to tell me. All right, I'm going to put you guys on the spot because that's a lot of artists that you guys work with at the loft together. You can't pick each other, but if I said, who do you think is like the most talented artist from that group who isn't a part of Gala yet, but didn't perform in LA?
Okay.
Who do you think, like, who's the one you feel like, oh, they need to get their shot?
It's hard because it's between like 3 or 4 people. A lot of them you definitely know of already. You already shouted out Hope. I probably got Hope at the top of the list, and then tied for second, I got like 4 people. Like we got to get Stu up here. We got to get Kiki Dexter up here. We got to get Jaehoon. I think y'all already got Aliana.
Jared Romero.
Jared Romero. Dang.
Fauna Hughes.
Fauna Hughes.
Yeah.
Fauna Hughes. We got a lot of people. Dang.
There is a lot.
Elise Thomas.
We're gonna have to work something out where like people can go if they own your NFTs, they can swing by the loft and hang out with you guys.
That's not a bad idea because if they're in LA, they can definitely pull up to a mic session sometime.
Yeah, we're totally for that.
I'm gonna like unintentionally convince myself that there's actually a loft somewhere where you guys all like live and work together. And then the next time I'm in LA, I'm gonna hit you guys up and be like, hey, where's the loft? I'm gonna swing by. And it's like,
we'll rent an Airbnb.
Right,
we'll rent an Airbnb. Or we'll just all show up to one big place where they can't stop us all at once.
There you go. We'll just meet up in the mall, right?
Real. Let's pick a good one. That's all. We've got to pick a good one.
I don't know.
Not the Lakewood Mall.
Not the Lakewood Mall. Maybe Cerritos. Maybe the Beverly Center.
Let's do Beverly Center.
I've never been there, so yeah.
They got all the designer stores in the Beverly Center.
Yeah, that feels like that's more our speed, right?
Look, so a couple months from now, that's when Taco's gonna come to us and he's like, yo guys, so I went to Icebox and here's your Gala chain. And we're gonna be ecstatic.
I would rock my Gala chain. I really would. I already got on 2. I'll put another one on there. I'll rock a Gala chain.
we definitely need that. Smurfstorm has a serious question. When can we purchase your tracks? Tomorrow we can purchase the tracks. I don't actually. We've been messing with the times a little bit. Do you guys know what times the tracks actually go on sale?
I don't. I know that the last ones were released at 10 a.m. so that it could be a little more worldwide for everyone.
Yeah. Let's assume it's tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific time.
Check at midnight just in case.
you don't know.
Stay next to your computer.
Yeah, I don't want anybody to miss out if they really want to get it. So check at midnight.
Hot tracks. They're selling.
Lane was sick, so I didn't want to bother him asking questions about drop times. He's not well. Feel better, Lane. I should all hit him up on Discord and Twitter, tell him to feel better. So yeah, I think it's going to be 10 a.m. tomorrow. That's the idea. Let's say that for now. And you're going to follow the same track, right? It's going to be 100 of each of your tracks for $100 each.
$100,
We're gonna-
100 a pop.
Out.
Yeah.
And then once that's sold out, anybody who owns either of your NFTs, they're going to have access. We're going to have a gated video of you guys jamming out together on the clarinet and the violin, right?
We can
yeah.
give them some exclusive content. They can have. We have an array of content that we have together. Like
That's true.
y'all might see us on top of like the City Bank. We're gonna ride the slide.
I've been wanting to do that for a while.
Bring your clarinet, though. I feel like the community is going to be really hype on the clarinet.
That's true.
I'm with it. I do resemble Squidward a touch, you know.
Nice. No more. We don't have questions. People just like you guys.
That's right.
Did rhythm cut out again right before we were about to start playing my favorite game? I'm gonna wait for him to get back. We'll take a beat on this. We're having too much fun anyway. Have we talked about the music enough? I feel like we got a little sidetracked. Did we talk about where your tracks came from, like the inspiration of the track that you're dropping tomorrow?
A little bit, but I could definitely expand more. So my track specifically is produced by someone who comes out of Michigan named Carlo, and he has produced over the last 2 or 3 years for Lil Yachty, Kodak Black, a lot of big artists, and I'm just a real big fan of the Michigan sound and have been for a few years now. So I tapped in with him, and I actually have an entire album coming with him, but this is just the first one that I wrote off of it, and it has been a fan favorite since. So it's been a big, the Michigan sound has been a big inspiration for me over the last 2 years.
I'm going to apologize for my general musical ignorance. How would you describe the Michigan sound?
I know class could definitely help me with this, but it's definitely a few different styles. But I think one of the most viral styles that has caught on is like something akin to what I was talking about earlier, just like metaphors that everyone's like, oh, too. That's a big part of it. Medium to fast tempo beats. And there's actually a strong sense of community between the rappers there because all of them are on each other's tracks and they've all been making the style for so long that finally it just hit. But there are actually some similar sounds into it to like the Northern California hip hop sound.
Mm-hmm.
So there's some similarities there. What's in there? Yeah, that's probably the best.
It's like the hyphy sound, but you turned up the BPM, double the BPM, and add things that sound funny, but it's real life. Like they're talking about their real life and the crazy things that they go through. It just sounds funny to the rest of the world.
Okay, I live in Western Massachusetts. How would you guys describe the Western Massachusetts sound? What's that vibe like musically?
Y'all have a big hardcore scene in Massachusetts. Y'all have a good hardcore punk scene in Massachusetts. So that's what I know Massachusetts for more than their hip hop sound. That's for sure. I definitely grew up listening to a lot of like those straight edge bands. Like I'm still a big Have Heart fan to this day. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah,
Worcester's big on that.
I would say Massachusetts, as far as from what I know about Massachusetts, I know that there's a huge community of like underground artists or like people that aren't really spoken for, and they're just like, they're okay with like, especially in the East Coast, I feel like there's a lot of artists that are okay with being underground, but still putting out their message and stuff. So I'm really there for that.
Yeah, we're in New England, and as a people, we're a lot more reserved, and we don't need to be a part of your nonsense. Like, we're just going to do our thing. We do a lot of hardcore though. If I end up putting a show on, I know when Cyrano put his show on in LA, he went to the Loft and just signed you guys up. I'm doing like all hardcore music. We're gonna rent out a basement and we're gonna put on a show like that.
Let me know. The punk band that I'm in is actually based out of North Carolina. So if you're throwing a Massachusetts show, we are trying to do an East Coast run in January, actually. So would love to stop by.
You're coming up. I got a venue for you in my town. It's been great.
There we go. There we go.
That's how you do it.
There's no punk in the Carolinas.
That's true. That's why we're making it.
Sorry, Clash. I just called it out.
There's like some beat down. It's mostly metal in the Carolinas.
Metal we need more of, because our community, there's a ton of metalheads in our community, weirdly, and we haven't been delivering for them.
I'll drop the link in the general chat today of the hardcore punk band I'm in. If there are metalheads in the chat, I think they'll like it.
Do that. They're gonna ask you to drop a track though. You're gonna have to bring the band on board.
Hey, that might be doable, actually. So
while we are on the subject of metal, if you guys don't mind, we are going to play my favorite AMA game, which is called Is This Metal? I'm going to give you subgenres of metal, and you tell me if these are actual genres or if I made these up. And I feel like you guys probably know a lot of it. Your musical knowledge feels pretty legit. We did this once before, and the community liked it, and I obviously do whatever I want, for good or for bad. No one's. They just let me do whatever I want. They say go do these AMAs. So there's no rules, right? Okay.
Web3 4.
Me and Rhythm have definitely had this convo before about different people and if they're punk. And my definition of punk and his definition is totally different. So I'm excited.
So these are all taken from Every Noise at Once. So these are actual real subgenres. Okay, first one. Is this a real genre of metal? Vocaloid metal.
Nah.
Yeah, that sound made up. I ain't gonna lie.
That is a real metal genre.
You're gonna have to send me some examples because I don't know what that is at all.
Here's the next one. Thrash groove metal.
Oh yeah, that's real.
That's a real thing.
That is absolutely real. That sounds like that's a metal genre you would maybe even perform in. Thrash.
That's like Megadeth, just about.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Avant-garde swamp metal.
Yeah, that's real.
I'll say no.
That one I made up.
Really?
Yep.
I guarantee you there's someone out there calling themselves avant-garde swamp metal.
They better. That sounds like something that would come out of the Carolinas.
I was just about to say that.
How about gothic symphonic metal?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's
like
sure.
Yeah, everybody who came from they was like metal kids, but they was raised in the church. You know what I'm saying? Those
are the theater kids that make metal. That's like Cradle of Filth, you know, like they go full goth. It's not t-shirt metal by any means. It's full costume metal.
That checks out. I'm into that though. Costume metal is. I'm here for that. Technical, brutal death metal.
It's a lot of adjectives, so maybe not. But just by description, it definitely exists. But I'm going to say no.
That is a real one.
Oh, see.
All right, last one. Dream gaze progressive metal.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say yeah, because I can actually think
It
of a few
sound like
bands that sound like that.
sound like California metal.
That one is real.
Yeah, it's
You
like
guys are pretty good at is this metal.
because I'm
If
trying
I-
to
if-
think of like references, and for that last one, I would think like Animals as Leaders or Polyphia or so. Like those are the types of bands that teach at MI, the Musicians Institute. You get the guy who pulls up on the 8-string guitar and shows you how to play something crazy where you're using all the strings.
I think if Gala lets me have my own reality show on the film side called Is This Metal, you guys are gonna have to come on it because you're like you seem pretty locked in on this.
Oh yeah,
Your rhythm's good.
I have some. Yeah, I'm in the metal community, the metal and hardcore community. Even
Maybe
though I
that's
missed some of the questions.
maybe
I
you
just-
guys. Maybe the Rhythm and Clash show is you guys just like flying around the globe, introducing us to different metal scenes like Norwegian.
Oh, it would
or
have
like
to be R&B too, because I got some
Yeah,
crazy
it would have to be
R&B
all
acts.
type of genres.
Mhm.
No, this one's just metal.
I'm with it because of my lack of knowledge, and I think that people would love seeing someone who's very knowledgeable about this, and me just being like, "It's buns." I'm sorry, it's buns.
Yeah, I think that's what makes it fun. Is you're also learning as you go. It wouldn't be fun if you knew all the different metal genres ahead of time. Like you have to be there and like, oh, wow, this is what makes dream gaze progressive metal that much different than gothic symphonic and the church kids dressed up in costumes,
Yes.
which I'm here for.
Shout out to church
Maserati
kids.
wanted to know what's the biggest takeaway you want your listeners to have from your music.
Be yourself. Be yourself. Truly. To put it
Mine
simply,
is
yourself.
it's possible because you see me doing it. It's possible.
I'm going to pick up some finger drums, and I'm going to do this thing, and I'm going to come out to the loft, and I'm going to be a part of it.
You have to. You would be if you do it, you would be the first metal finger drummer ever.
Is that true?
I mean, there's people doing like drum and bass, like break beats, but I haven't seen any metal finger drumming. No.
Oh, I like that. We're doing it. That's the genre that we need to fill at Gala.
True.
Yeah.
And when I drop my single, will you guys come on with your violin and your clarinet?
Yes.
Death clarinet.
That's what makes it symphonic metal. Now it's symphonic because you got strings and.
That's what I'm
Wait.
talking about. We solved this whole thing. I'm having too much fun now. Okay, it's been 45 minutes. If you can believe it.
Feeling.
We're gonna drop your tracks tomorrow. You guys are cool and they're good tracks, so I'm hoping we're gonna sell these out. What do you want the community to know before we wrap this up? Do you have any closing messages about anything?
I want people to know to stay tuned because my next drops don't sound like this drop, but I got more heat for y'all. I'm trying to keep the people on their toes and give y'all multiple genres so that we can fill the platform with stuff for different people.
And
I like that.
I want to
So
touch
if there are people who don't like the drop tomorrow, there's more to come.
Exactly.
Sorry, Clash,
and
go
I
ahead.
also want to touch on a piece that Rhythm said earlier, and I think that that's my hugest takeaway from this whole thing. And what I want y'all to take away from this is that every release is just gonna get better. We're emerging artists. We've been doing this for a while, but now we finally get to do things on our own terms and be able to release and give you exactly what we've been wanting to. So if it is you coming to AIM, or if it's someone literally saying I want the camera that y'all filmed this video on, it's well, you're just so lucky because I got it. The creation level that we're at now, every damn drop is going to get better and better. And I'm excited for y'all to be a part of it because the things that we have to offer are very vast.
Yeah, and that's the fun, is that for, you know, whatever level of emerging, like following along with that journey and seeing the growth and seeing the different stuff, seeing that swamp metalcore. It's all part of it. I'm excited. I think this is gonna be a great drop. Thank you guys so much for joining me for this AMA. I feel like we're all best friends now. You don't have to be on your show, but I'd like to be on the show.
Of course. I want to be Gala's first stand-up special.
You have a tight 5-minute set that you can send in?
Yeah, I can send you 45 if you need it.
You have a 45-minute comedy set already?
Yeah.
Wow. All right. That's like varsity level. send it in, man.
I like to hear myself talk.
Why not? That's what this is about. This is Web3. All right. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. This was a ton of fun. We'll see everybody tomorrow for the drop. Good luck with everything. And you guys will be in the Discord today, tomorrow. Say hi.
Taco, will we still have a sneak peek after the end? Like, will they still be able to hear the track a little bit after this?
Oh, that's a great question. I didn't do the sneak peek because Drink Your OJ has the jukebox queued up in Discord. So on the Discord, you can listen to these full tracks right now. And OK Kenji is doing his second drop tomorrow, which is a super hype version of See the Stars. And so that's also a super cool track. So go into Discord, hop on Drink Your OJ's Robobot, and listen to these tracks. And also, everybody have a great night. It's a great night for me. If you're on the West Coast, it's till the middle of the afternoon. So I guess go take a nap.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited for the release, everybody. Let's do it. Congratulations. I'm excited to be here with my brother and our new friends. Go.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, guys.